when the popular kids went too far. Back in 2000, I was a freshman on the varsity football team. First freshman to not only make varsity but to actually play in years. Popular senior whose position I was threatening decided to fuck with me when working out on the bench press. He came up and kicked the weights on one side while I had it up. Luckily, my spotter was able to grab hold the bar enough to steer it back toward the rest, but it still hit my head, ended up with 6 stitches and a major headache. He was kicked off the team and suspended from school. This happened in 1999 and sounds like it came straight out of a movie from that era. When I was a senior in HS, a dorky kid threw a house party when his parents were away. Popular kids football and basketball jocks and cheerleaders etc. showed up and absolutely trashed his house. Like, threw his TV out the front room window, kicked holes in the drywall, and burned his couch trashed. People talked about it for weeks. No one ever got in trouble except the dorky kid. Not sure about popular, because it was never as clear-cut as American school movies make you think, but for some reason it was funny for guys to grab other guys' ballsticks really hard and then everyone laughed at the person who it happened to. One bright spark thought to put his hand up a girl's skirt and do the same as it was funny got expelled. Still surprised to this day that one action can be seen so severe yet the other completely ignored by teachers. Popular kid off 4 years of HS. Graduated and had zero plans. He did still have his underage GF who he had gotten pregnant. 7 months into the pregnancy he drove his truck that his parents bought him off a cliff in the mountains with his pregnant GF inside. The girl and the baby both died. He walked away from the accident. After the lengthy investigation it was determined he drove off intentionally and now he's in prison for life. His name was Rudy. Big redneck. Huge in the wrestling team. Always popular with the ladies. Nice car. Had a good ADL East in school. We had Japanese exchange students for a week. He was acting badass in the cafeteria to the Japanese girls. One guy said please stop. Rudy got cocky and talked shit and pushed the kid. The Japanese dude gave him a roundhouse kick to the face LMFAO. He fell hard to the ground lol. Had a kid at my HS that was very well liked, an all-around guy. He was poetic and would often break out into poetry during assemblies. His mom was also a teacher at the school and taught special needs. Both mother and son were loved as they were genuinely very nice people. 10 years after graduation, he murdered his mom. He cut open her torso and removed her heart from her body. In prison for life. I was a popular kid in middle school, and the worst thing I did was probably using girls for food, crying face. Whenever I knew some girl is in love with me I would start to talk with them and ask them to bring my fave snacks to probably went too far when one girl brought whole cooked chicken to school for me, smiley face. There was this boy in school who was clearly gay but never admitted it. One of the popular kids managed to plant gay magazines in his bag. When the boy was in the cafeteria he opened his bag and pulled out the mags not knowing and had pretty much the whole school laughing at him. Skateboarded on the side of the highway. He was actually a really nice guy, was dating a popular girl, and was accepted into college. It was super sudden and pretty sad when he died. Even if I wasn't friends with him it still hit hard that he was just gone out of nowhere. So I'd already swapped schools at this point but one of the popular girls faked a cancer diagnosis to get attention sympathy. When it came out a month or two later she made it all up. Everyone turned on her to the point she had to move schools in a whole different town. Ariel in Braxton. Ariel stole my backpack out of the locker room, took my Game Boy and homework, gave the rest of the bag to Braxton who took out my change of clothes and him and a bunch of other boys pissed all over them and left them in the boys' locker room. Popularity is a double-edged sword as it opens many doors to opportunities and friends but on the other hand the person becomes full of themselves and if they think they are untouchable they are invincible and this can lead to many failures in adult life. The popular kids thought they were invincible because their casual bullying and general assholishness was never punished. Then they decided to start dealing oxy and found the war on drugs doesn't care if you're pretty and athletic. Some Russian kid came to our school and he was very outgoing and vocal. This was in like grade 4 and he says watch this and just body slams one of the kindergarten kids. He only lasted about a week and we never seen him since. I was bullied through all of school. Multiple times coming away with scars, injuries or similar. It went too fast when one of the guys who was popular pushed me, treating my ACL. And they bragged about it for the next 3 years. High school football quarterback met with someone for a weekend fight and the whole school watched him get brutalized. Should have known when his opponent announced that anyone who interfered was next. When they tried to convince the teacher that it was me who drew graffiti on the bathroom walls, united the entire class against me so that everyone made fun of me for having my name Germs. In our school they dropped out or barely made it through grade 12. A lot partied too much and got more heavy into drugs. I look back and realize a bunch were just fucking skids. Popular guy hit a disabled kid in the classroom. Literally half the guys in the classroom got up and beat up the popular guy. No one ever talked to him since then. When they united to beat up a random black fat emo kid who just walked by the school every day and things got covered up. High school quarterback became a coach and slept with an underage girl. Now in prison. They were going to Taco Bell and Ryan missed the turn. Had to make a U-turn. My middle school bully started flashing people it was weird.